15-Minute Coaches started as a philanthropy project by Peter, an initiative to help students build confidence when communicating. Peter would organize sessions for students. At the start of the session, there is a table full of coach stories. A coach story consists of 3 words and a short creative paragraph. Students at first can only see the 3 words. They will pick a paper from the table based on the 3 words. When they pick a paper, they pick a coach. After choosing a coach, students will read the coach story, where the coach shares career insights, personal philosophy, or creative passions. It is up to the coach what to include in this story. Students would then have a 15-minute conversation with the coach, and from these sessions originated 15-minute coaches. Okay, now that we know what is going on, let's start getting technical. Today I am here to show you how I am transforming this initiative into a scalable digital platform. The initial problem I was solving during these 12 weeks was helping Peter be more productive when organizing these sessions. It had gotten to a point where Peter had to keep up with 100 of coaches and manually coordinate and organize these sessions. The second and bigger problem that we are solving, or even better, the value that I am adding to this initiative, is creating a tool or platform that can be adopted by any university or institution, so that they can easily host their own 15-minute coaching sessions. But let's not get too excited, and let's first discuss how I solved Peter's initial organization problem. I created a web application. This web application is used by 3 types of users: organizers, coaches, and students. Let's understand how a session is organized. At the heart of organizing a session, there is a form, divided into 4 steps. Session details, with the basic session information. Session dates, the possible dates for the session. Email invitation, the email coaches will receive. Coach selection, the coaches that will be invited. When a session is created by an organizer, coaches will be sent an email. Let's move on to the coach perspective. For the coach, we divide sessions into 2 phases. Session availability, where a coach will submit their preferred date, and session confirmation. Here, coaches will finally be able to join the session. It is important to notice that the final session date will be the date with the most amount of votes. On the day of the session, they will just have to answer the call and chat with the student. And finally, the student. When the platform generates the coach stories, along with the text, there is a unique QR code. Students can use it to leave some feedback for coaches and rate their experience. The platform offers other features. It allows coaches to edit their profile, so they can modify their story and keep their contact information up to date. The organizer also has some nice views to see how many coaches have signed up to his session, etc. I would now like to go through some technical highlights. The client side is a single-page application built with React. It interacts with the RESTful API that I created with Nest.js. The only external API I use at the moment is SendGrid for sending emails. I used Swagger to document all the endpoints and automatically generated the client-side code that does the calls to the API with a very nice NPM package called Swagger TypeScript API. For learning purposes, I am using my own authorization server, Keycloak. I am using OAuth 2.0 and OpenID Connect. The whole application is containerized and hosted in an EC2 instance on AWS. I am using Cloudflare as my DNS provider and Traefik for my reverse proxy, where I use subdomains for each service. Traefik is really nice as it lets you build your reverse proxy in the Docker Compose file using labels. I have a working CI/CD pipeline without tests. I have 2 custom Docker images, one for the frontend and one for the API. When I merge changes into the main branch of a repository, I trigger a GitHub action. This will build the image and publish it to Docker Hub. The same GitHub action uses SSH to log into the AWS server and pulls the new created image. Currently, I am past the prototype phase and I have a good stable version with a solid foundation, where I can start adding features. For example, the next step would be to allow several organizers to join the platform and run sessions at the same time. We would also like to integrate a form where people can sign up to become a coach. Peter wants to be able to validate each coach that joins the platform. Peter is a very creative person and will constantly think of new features that we could add. This was supposed to be an open learning project. Next semester, we would like to try and get other students involved in this initiative. If it does not make it to the open learning projects, it will become a Delta project that I will run. It is a really good opportunity for both web developers and media students, and pretty much any other student that wants to get involved one way or another, as we have a really good starting point and we are ready to take 15-minute coaches to the next level.